Hey ladies, let's talk. And the conversation I'm about to have with you all, it is going to be difficult. But I really believe that if you are mature, you will not take offense to this video message because I come in peace, ladies, and I come in love. Anyway, the title of this message is, if you are not ready to leave a man, stop complaining about him. And I'm making this video message because there are so many of you women out here, you are constantly complaining about a man, and you will badmouth a man, you will talk about that man, you will tell that man's personal failures, his addictions, his struggles to anybody that will listen to you. You're telling your mother about what your man is and isn't doing. You're telling people who hair you're doing what that man is or isn't doing. You're telling your father what that man is or isn't doing. You're going to various people. You may even have a guy friend that you badmouth and you talk about that man too. However, as quick as you are talking about a man in your life who may not work, he may not have money, he may not be great intimately, he may be lazy, whatever the case is, you are, if this fits you, you're still having sex with that man. You're still going out of town with that man. You're still allowing that man to come and lay up in your home, or you're going to lay up in his home if he has his own. You're still allowing that man to drive your car. You're still calling that man. You're still texting that man. You're still worried about if that man is dealing with other women. You're still questioning that man. You're still stalking him. You're still investigating him to figure out who he's with and what he is doing. But the fact of the matter is this: if you are so hurt, tired, irritated, stressed out, frustrated, and fed up with the man that is in your life, then you would leave him alone. Period, point blank. You would leave him alone. You will walk away from him. You would cut off all contact with him. Now listen, I know for a lot of you women, it's easier said than done, because if you are attached to that man and you've been with him for a very long time, it is difficult to walk away from a man that you deeply love or care about, especially if there is a lot of history there, meaning you've known that man since you were a child or a teenager, or he was your college or high school sweetheart. It's not really easy to get up and walk away from a man who has been in your life like that. It's not easy to walk away from a man that you've built a business with. Or for some of you ladies, it is not hard to walk away from a man that you share a lot of children with. I'm talking about, for some of you ladies, you have 6, 7, 8 or more biological children with the same man. And so although that man is mistreating you and doing certain things to you, it may be very difficult for you to walk away from that man. Now, let me put out this disclaimer. I am not telling any of you women that you are wrong or it's a crime to confide in somebody that you trust about the man in your life. I'm not saying it's a crime. It's okay to go and tell one person that you trust, or maybe you have a couple of people, their character has been tested and tried by you. You know their character, you know what they're capable of. You know that they are mature enough to where you can share something with them about what you're going through in life, but especially about your marriage or your relationship, and they will keep it between you and them. However, some of you ladies, your credibility leaves every single time you continuously open your mouth to complain about a man, but you are not walking away from him. You have not broken up with him. You have not put him out your house. You have not stopped calling and texting him. You have not stopped having sex with him. Some of you all, you give away your money. You give away your time. You allow that man to come into your personal space, but then when he pisses you off, you are bringing innocent bystanders into your drama, into your chaos, into your toxicity, and into your dysfunction because things are not going right in your relationship. And when one of your girls or your mother or a woman of God calls you out on your toxicity and your drama, a lot of you all, you ready to turn up. You ready to curse them out. You ready to argue with them. You ready to fight with them. But again, your credibility is what goes down and it diminishes and it depletes because you continue to make a fool out of yourself when you stay with the man that you continuously complain about. So I am making this video message to say this, ladies. Listen, it's different because if you are married to a man, you should be opening your mouth and telling somebody if that man is abusing you. And like I said, it's not always simple and easy for a woman to walk away from a man that they are married to. This is a different ball game. I'm not justifying anything and saying stay with that man, but all I'm saying is that in the word of God, there are stipulations on when you can file for a divorce. However, if you are being abused, you need to be speaking up about that. You don't run around the town telling everybody. You don't be telling people that you work with. You don't go to church telling everybody. You don't tell everybody in your family. You don't tell your neighbors what's going on between you and your husband. But you need to pick out a couple of people because women have gotten deleted by covering up and being very private and secretive about a man that is mistreating them. But see, I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about some of you ladies who you will dog walk a man verbally. If that man is broke, if that man's sexual performance, and another disclaimer, I don't promote sex outside of marriage, but the reality is that a lot of you women who are subscribed to me and you follow me or you tune in and watch my channel and content from afar off, you are dealing with a man that you are not married to, and a lot of you all, you don't believe in waiting until marriage to have sex. That's just the reality of it, cut dry. That's just the reality of it. So Christian people, calm down. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is that some of you all will verbally dog walk a man. You will talk about how that man's sexual performance is, how bad it is. You will compare that man to your ex-baby daddy, your ex-spouse, your ex-boyfriend. Okay, you will talk about how that man is not living up to the standards that you are accustomed to. You will talk about what that man cannot give you, what that man cannot do for you. You will complain about how you're doing everything for that man and wasting your time, and you need to woosah, and you need to take a break, and you need your life back, but you still deal with that man. And this is why I say for some of you women, every single time you open up your mouth and you complain about the same man and you bring innocent bystanders into this toxicity, this drama, this confusion, and this chaos, and they don't want to hear it, or they try to check you on it in love, some of you all, you get mad. You want to fight the person that came at you about it. You want to curse them out. You want to jump ship, cut off the friendship. You want to cut off the relationship simply because somebody says to you, okay, you're always bringing this person's name up. You got a lot of rage. You got a lot of anger about this particular guy, but yet you're still sleeping with him. I'm telling you now, ladies, in 2024 and beyond, you all have got to make up your mind about what it is you want when it comes to a man in your life. You've got to make up your mind about this. You cannot keep backpedaling. You cannot keep seesawing. You can't on Monday say, I love my boo, and then on Tuesday you hate him. You cannot sit up here, hold inside of you all the rage and anger and irritation that you have towards that man, but then you unleash it on, like I said, an innocent bystander. But then when that man touches you a certain way, buys you a gift, or, he puts it down on you in the bedroom, then you're back buddy-buddy with that man. Because every single time you as a woman do this, your credibility goes down. What is credibility? Credibility is just people believing you and taking you seriously. Your credibility, it diminishes. People will laugh at you. People will look at you like you're a clown, and people will look at you like you are a fool. And I know this is very hard for some of you women to understand, but you've really got to understand as an outsider looking in, because there are a lot of people in your life, ladies, who are probably outsiders looking in, and they have been innocently brought into your situation with a man. And even though they may not tell you anything, they are sitting back watching your backwards behavior with that man. It is sad if it has gotten to the point that a man in your life, you are comparing him to another man. Now, this is like the ultimate form of betrayal and disrespect, because what you ladies have to understand is this: when you get with a man and you say you love that man or you have children with that man, the worst thing you can do is compare him to another man. Meaning, if you had an ex-baby daddy or an ex-boyfriend that treated you like a queen and he didn't abuse you physically, emotionally, spiritually, or verbally, he bought you nice things, he took care of your children, he took care of you. But if that man was all that, my sister, why are you not with that man? If that man was doing everything he was supposed to do, why are you not with that man? So now you're with a certain man and he may be mistreating you, but you are still with him. You will talk about this man if this fits you. A lot of you all, you will dog out that man. You will talk about how he's disrespectful. You will talk about how he is not on your intellectual level. You will talk about how he's not on your level education-wise. You will say all these things and you will start to compare him to your ex-boyfriend. You will start reminiscing on everything, like I said, the ex-boyfriend did, the ex-husband did, or your ex-boo did, or side dude did. Why are you all doing this? Can you imagine if a man had you in his life and every time he fell out with you, behind your back, he dogged you out to his boys? He dogged you out at the barbershop. He dogged you out when he went to work. He dogged you out to the people at the church. He dogged you out to his family members. He dogged you out when he went to church. He dogged you out to his neighbors. See, us as women, you all have got to understand that the same thing you do to a man, okay, this is the same thing that they could do to you. And you smart Alex, don't come up in my comment section talking about something, oh, this is a pick me video. Sweetie, I don't need to be picked. Literally, I literally don't need to be picked. I can do the picking if I choose. So there's that. See, don't even play with me when it comes to that, because this is very serious, because I'm trying to help some of you ladies. You ladies have got to understand, you look extremely foolish when you are constantly complaining about a man, knowing you are not equipped and ready or prepared to walk away from him. And if you know this, you've got to now keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth off that man. Stop getting mad at innocent bystanders that you're bringing up in situations with you and that man. And when they correct you on it, or when they confront you about how you talk about that man, you're ready to bite their head off. It's ignorant, it's rude, it's unfair. And I hope this video message really touches some of you all. Don't be quick to get offended by this, because I really believe all of us have been guilty of this. I was a woman who was married before, and I got married very, very young. Okay, so see, what you all got to understand is that, see, I got married at 21 years old. Now, I'm not using this as an excuse, but I'm using this because I really, really want to give you all understanding. Those that have a brain will understand. Those that have ears to hear, you will hear. You will connect, you will get it. At 21 years old, your brain is not even fully developed. It's not literally even developed, okay? Matter of fact, I take it back. I didn't even get married at 21. I was 20. I was a 20-year-old girl. What do you really know at the age of 20? What do you really know at the age of 20? And I was married for 10 years. 10 and a half years. Okay? You don't know anything. The human brain is not fully developed until the age of 25. That's the frontal lobe of your brain. And the frontal lobe of your brain, that has everything to do with planning. What else? What else is it? Planning, decision making, things of that nature. At 20 years old, you're not even at that level. You don't really know about character. You don't really know about loyalty. You really don't know about working through some things, although you're bumping heads with your spouse. And this is just one lane I'm talking about. But all I'm saying is that I was a 20-year-old girl. I was short from walking away from being a teenager. And so what I'm saying is that some of you are well into your 20s. You're in your late 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s and 60s, and you all will dog out the man in your life, but you still have not broken up with him. You still have not walking away from him. And so when people look at you knowing that you constantly complain about that man, you constantly disrespect him behind his back, and you talk about what he does not do, what he does not have, or you're constantly behind his back comparing him to other men or to an ex that was in your life, it makes you look foolish, not the man. Because you all got to understand, men are very visual. And although certain men can fall in love with a woman and get hurt, at the end of the day, you could dog a man out. But if they still can lay with you and have sex with you, drive your car, lay up in your house and get money out of you, then that's what they're going to do. Certain men had this type of mentality. I'm going to take her for what I can get. She could say and think whatever she want about me, but I'm driving her car. I'm humping on her. I'm laid up in her house. I could get whatever I want with her because she's real sensitive when it comes to me. Some of you all, you are still fighting women, still stalking their Facebook, their Instagram, and their Twitter over a man that you keep bad-mouthing on the regular. Now, I want to let you all know, this is no shade to any woman. This is no shade to any woman. Like I said, you should be talking and speaking up if you are in a relationship with a man who is abusive to you. It's not a crime to vent. Use wisdom with who you vent to. But what I'm saying is that every other day you're complaining about the man in your life, but you know you are not ready to break up with him. And if you do dump him or break up with him, or you kick him out of your house, you miss him after a week or two, or you miss the sex, and then you call them back. And then some of you all have this childish mentality. Well, I got needs that need to be met. What are you talking about, ma'am? What are you talking about, sis? So what? So then you're not that unhappy then. That man is not a monster. He's not as horrible as you're trying to make him out to be, because there's no way as a woman that you can sit back and badmouth the man and talk about how he treats you, what he's not doing, how he's lazy, how he's broke, whatever the list looks like for him, the man in your life. There's no way you can say all these horrible things about that man, but you are still opening your legs to him. And you have not broken up with him. When somebody gets tired of somebody and they're fed up, they walk away from them. They cut them off. They're done. So all I'm saying is that, ladies, if you want to keep your credibility, if you want to be taken seriously out here, if you want to be respected, okay, you need to not put your mouth on a man that you are actively and openly dealing with. Until you are ready to walk away from that man and it's completely over, you can talk about what you experienced with that man, because you're not dealing with him. You've walked away from him. And I think that all of us have been at that place. Like I said, I was a woman who was married, and I was married at 20 years old. And every time I bumped heads with my ex-husband, I was telling my mother about it. I told some of my friends about it. But it got to the point that it started to be draining. It was tiring, because I had realized, like, I'm complaining about him. I'm talking about all the things he's doing or not doing, but I'm still here. I still have not walked away from him. And so it made people not take me serious. People knew, okay, you know what? You're not really hurt like that. You're not ready to walk away from that man. You're not ready to start your life over. You sitting up here saying all this stuff about him, and we see that he ain't nothing. We see that he's mistreating you, but you're still with him. Okay? And like I said, this looks different for every single woman. Okay? Nobody is saying to get a divorce. Nobody's saying you break up with your boyfriend. But what I'm saying is that there are just some of you, you are well past the age of 25. You are a mature woman in age. If you are a young lady that's 18 to 25, I'm going to take it easy on you all. because like I said, your brain is not even fully developed until the age of 25. So your emotions are up and down like a roller coaster. You backpedal a lot. You all will fall out with your boyfriend, and then after 2 or 3 days you start calling him like crazy looking for him. You will pop up at his mother's house unannounced asking if he's there, okay, and demand that he comes out and deals with you. So my little sisters, I'm gonna take it easy on you all, but as far as the rest of you ladies go, and you're over the age of 25, and you're, like I said, you're in your late 20s, you have got into your 30s, early, mid, late, you're in your 40s, early, mid, late, you're in your 50s and 60s, and all you're doing every chance you get is bad mouthing that particular man, but you refuse to walk away from that man. I'm telling you, my sisters, you are no longer credible to a lot of people. People are not taking you seriously, and people will grow tired of every chance you get bad mouthing that man and talking about that man, but you remain with him. Anytime you're comparing your current man to your ex-man, that's also laughable, because in reality, I'm just being honest, if you have to compare the man in your life that you claim you love and you really feeling him to your ex-boyfriend or your ex-baby daddy, the question that I would ask, and I'm sure other people would ask, is why are you not with that ex-boyfriend or that ex-husband or that ex-baby daddy? I don't care what it was that went down. You could have fought through it, I guess, if it wasn't a life or death situation. But it's a reason why you were not with that man. It's a reason why you're not with that man anymore. And so now you got a new man and you're constantly complaining about him. Who really is the problem? Is the man the problem, or is it you, sis? This is real. Hard topic. A lot of you all probably gonna have your heart broken. But I'm just saying, I want you all to really think about this, and I want you to really work on this. And the same thing applies for men. But we're not talking about men right now. I'm addressing the ladies because I'm a woman. And so all I'm saying is that you all have got to stop doing this. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, because some of you all can't nothing be said to you. You will cut up to shreds everybody else. You will talk about what somebody's family ain't doing. You will talk about what other people don't have. You will crap on that man's family. You will crap on that man's friends. You will talk about that man's appearance and his shortcomings and his idiosyncrasies, whatever. But yet you're still going to bed with him. But yet he's still in your house. You doing all this stuff. You got all this stuff to say, but you are still actively interacting with that man. The man is not the clown. The man is not being laughed at. You are the one that's looked at as foolish. And that is the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I am not worried about it. I am not concerned, because I know you will forgive me in the morning.